Welcome back, folks. We're here at the analyst desk for one more match. And while, you know, G2 wins, they get the honor of playing Fnatic tomorrow. The winner of this match gets the honor of playing the #1 team currently, Luminosity. Again, I'm joined by Yanko. He's been here all day, basically. And now we've got Tommy back. How are you, Lurpus?
Still good. I mean,
still good.
It's been doing the same exact thing in the back room. Slightly with maybe slightly less analysis from Yanko's part, but.
So let's get right into it. You know, Score pregame, you know what this means. I get my little plug out of the way. If you're not familiar with the Score Esports app, it's a great app for all your iOS or Android devices. Let's check all the scores, all the stats, all that good stuff for not only Counter-Strike, not only ECS, but all sorts of other esports. And again, if you're also a sports fan, they also offer the same type service for real sports. Although we are real sports now, aren't we? Okay, let's get right into it. First roster we want to talk about, let's get right into TSM. And we're gonna, you're gonna talk about TSM because I know you really like these guys.
Team solo mid, what do you say about that one? They did upset Astralis in the opening game, and they had a close game in the winner's bracket as well, but unfortunately didn't manage to close it out. And I think they as well were surprised by the result we had earlier today, where Cloud9 managed to beat Astralis. So right now they are playing Cloud9 for a place in the semifinals. I think they would take that matchup any day of the week over Astralis or Fnatic.
Yeah, I mean, to definitely give credit to TSM, no one would have expected them to even be playing this match.
And they've shown
lose two in barbecue, as we used to say.
Yeah, and they
right,
showed
Tommy?
some great play. I mean, they played Cobblestone twice. Yeah. But they've shown that they can really play the map.
And your thoughts on TSM?
Well, like Yanko said, they surprised a lot of people here. I mean, they did well at E-League, but they actually couldn't get the wins. They came close there. Now here they actually got over the top and actually scored the win over Astralis. Obviously against Fnatic, more of the same story as E-League, where they played, I think, 4 close maps against Fnatic, even won a map actually in the series. Solid team, and they're gonna keep improving. We'll just see if it's enough here. Obviously, something we were talking about out in the back with Yanko is their history against Cloud9 is not very promising. Cloud9 really has been just, you know, wrecking their competition domestically, even though historically we always talk about how domestic matchups can sort of be random.
Yeah, and I looked at the stats, just kind of see their matchup. First and foremost, they've played 3 times in the last 3 months, all in this league online. And I wrote in capital letters, online. It is a 2-to-1 advantage right now for Cloud9 in that matchup, but again, I think you all think about online like I think about it. So really not as important as if you do it on LAN. They have not met on LAN yet at all. So other side of the coin, your old teammate Jordan's crew. Why don't you walk us through Cloud9?
Sure. So obviously, Nothing is the guy who's going to be sitting in the middle in the screen once we get the full roster there. Right there, to his right is Skadoodle. He's the team's AWPer. He's going to have a key role in this particular matchup because TSM really doesn't have anyone to match him in the sniping department. Slemmy is the team's leader. Joined just a couple months ago. He's done a good job completely rehauling how the team plays. There was a dark patch in the Cloud9 history for a couple months when Jordan was calling, and it really just wasn't working out. Then on the far left we have their fragging power. Shroud hasn't really been the guy we expected of him.
You mean Stewie?
No, starting. Hasn't been the guy we expected him to develop after seeing what we did last summer when they had their run. Stewie, on the other hand, has turned into easily the team's best player, very impactful. He's still very young, so he makes the occasional mistake here and there like everybody else, but he's improved very quickly since joining Cloud9 and getting a chance to play against these top teams. So very curious to see where that development curve starts topping out at.
And your thoughts on Cloud9?
Yeah, I feel that when it comes to domestic matchups, Cloud9 transforms into Fnatic of North America, especially for Shroud and Stewie. This is where they can, you know, go ham, so to speak, where they completely disrespect their opponents because they are confident they're so much better than them, going for those crazy, flashy plays, and they get away with it most of the time. That's maybe a problem that Shroud has when it comes to playing EU oppositions. He gives them maybe too much respect in that sense, thinking that he's going to get punished a lot more. Yeah, he's probably going to get punished more, but maybe not a lot more. So, yeah, I feel that it's really going to be an uphill struggle for TSM in this one.
All right, and our players to watch this time are going to be SEMPHIS and Skadoodle. Starting with you, Tommy.
Yeah, so I'll go with Kory here. It's one of my good friends from the time I used to play Counter-Strike. So SEMPHIS, he's the leader of TSM, and he also has the unfortunate task of started to challenge Skadoodle with an op in this game. So he's obviously a rifler originally, and he's sort of turned into like a quasi-opper on this team just because there's no one else to do that. And he's not bad at it, but he's not the kind of guy, I mean, few people are, who are going to be able to match Skadoodle. He's a very consistent opper, but I'll let Janko talk you through him more.
Yeah, I just feel that, you know, SEMPHIS is basically, you can compare him to MSL in a sense when it comes to the
actually a very good comparison.
Opping department. He did it out of necessity. Now, who's the better opper of the two doesn't really matter that much, because neither could ever be at the level of, okay, Skadoodle and then JDM and Guardian, KennyS, not even to talk about those guys. But even if in some of the lower tier teams, when you have a dedicated opper, like maybe players, let's say World Edit, not saying that those players are bad or anything, but you know, from weaker teams, it's simply something that there's a reason why an opper is an opper. They dedicate a lot of time playing in that role. It's not just about throw aim. It has a lot to do with positioning, knowing which angles you can hold, where you have the advantage and where you have the disadvantage.
That's also, I mean, there's certain roles that opping is easy at, right? So Smix, for example, he's a good example. He plays to his strengths when he's opping. He used to have Inferno. Before that got taken out. He has Dust too. He has a couple of very good spots there that he always gets those easy kills from. Same on Train. So there's some spots that some people are just good at because they always op those maps. And that's, for example, why cadiaN could be a very effective opper on Dust 2 for Astralis, because he just got very comfortable doing his role in that one map. But it takes a lot of work to develop that comfort level all across the map everywhere. And that's exactly what we're talking about and what it takes to be a top-level opper.
So, question for you guys in the sense of, like, you've seen these two teams play already, a variety of teams. What stood out for you as like strengths and weaknesses just generally, without going into map specifics, of both sides of these?
I feel that talking about TSM, they obviously have strength in a sense that SIG has been playing really well, and they have been performing well individually most of the time. Maybe a weakness for them is that sometimes they lack coordination when it comes to those late round executes, and also a bit of sloppiness in some of the rounds. I feel that they also shown in that Fnatic game that they have troubles closing out games. Even though they had the lead, they couldn't really close it out.
I mean, Cloud9, they either win or die by their skill, right? So they've got it more structured with Slemmy, but they're still not quite there to be compared to some of the actually tactical teams, say for NIP, that are very disciplined. So we saw in the Astralis game, they had all three of their quote-unquote fraggers playing well, and that's with Skadoodle nowadays being sort of like a... He's basically in the second least important role in that team, I would say now. It's a vast change from last summer when he was by far the team's most important player. But I mean, that's what happens when you don't have Sean Garris as an in-game leader putting you in the position to always get those kills. So, I mean, I think for Cloud9, they just really need nothing to show up. He's usually the swing vote because you usually get the same kind of stuff from Shroud and Stewie. And we've got the...
yeah, so the band's just started. But if you still want to keep talking, if you have a point to finish?
No, that was just what I'm going to make. Jordan usually is the swing vote, because if he's doing well, he usually puts them over the top versus kind of struggling. Okay,
and so the ban has started. And again, folks, if you're just tuning in, each team will ban a map, then each team will pick a map, then each team will ban a map, leaving one map left. So there's no randometer, and it all starts with a coin flip. First team on the coin flip, if you win the coin flip, you decide if you want that first ban or if you want to put it in your pocket so you get it towards the end. So we've started it out. Yanko, why don't you walk us through? It looks like our first one is gone.
Yeah, well, it's a respect ban from Cloud9 here, banning out Cobblestone, which TSM has proven to be proficient at, which is strange to an extent because C9 did play TSM on Cobblestone and had a pretty convincing win, although it was online. But in turn, we see TSM banning out Dust 2. So both of these teams banning the maps that are strong for their opponents. And when it comes to picks, I think that C9 could go for a cash here. Yep, it seems that that is their choice as well. It's also a map where Shroud, even against top EU teams, more often than not has a good game. Yeah,
and I mean it's good to see Cloud9 actually banning Cobble instead of trying to force it. I caught some of the Astralis players over at breakfast this morning, and after a couple of reasonings going back and forth a couple of times, they all agreed that it was a dumb move to leave Cobble in. Like they should have done more homework, should have figured out that was the map TSM stood a chance on. And I mean for Fnatic, and as Overpass.
Train.
Oh, yeah, Train. Yeah, my angle's not great.
Yeah, his TSM Train.
As Train gets picked, I was gonna say that. Yeah, I lost my point.
It's okay. Nuke has been banned.
Nuke has been banned, thankfully.
On.
We'll move forward. Here we go. We've gone all the way through. So then Overpass goes away, leaving us with Mirage as the third and final tiebreaker.
Yeah, I feel that in this matchup in particular, I just think that the maps don't matter as much, in a sense that Cloud9 is going to come out with that no respect Counter-Strike, I feel like, and if TSM is going to have I think it's going to be for them similar to as it was when they were playing Fnatic in that Cobblestone game. First they have to make Cloud9 respect them, and then they can try and outplay them as well. So it will be the same scenario on every map. Maybe it will be a bit easier for them on train, in a sense that if they really feel that they're like prepared on the map, it's something that you can, even if you have weaker individuals, you need to play as a team to an extent, so they can use their team play perhaps to overcome the individual prowess of Cloud9 players.
So what's your prediction?
2-0 Cloud9.
Yeah, 2-0 Cloud9.
Anything to add to that, or just straight on, done deal?
I fully agree with Janko in that Cloud9 is just a good team at changing up their playing style when playing against domestic teams. They know when to sort of just play loose and rely on their strengths, which is the amount of skill they have in comparison to their opponent domestically.
Great. Thank you very much, gentlemen. That's going to wrap it up for our segment. We got one more throw to those broadcasters. HenryG, Sadokist, and my dad's sweater. Take it away, gentlemen.
Your dad was never this cool, but that might be your dad's sweater.
This is straight from the 70s.
I believe that. I'm not surprised. Although Scoots' dad would probably be from like the 1800s, given that Scoots from the 30s himself.
Fair enough.
He's still here.
Fair enough. Well played, my friend.
Thank
well played.
you. I appreciate it. Well, guys, we are going to get into our last decider match of the groups. It's Cloud9 versus TSM North America versus North America. And once again, TSM come into a game for the infinity time, the infinite amount of time this tournament where they are still the underdog.
Absolutely, and the thing is, well, they've only played Cobble in this tournament so far, 2 sets of Cobble, and this is the first time we're going to see them on another map, so I have to agree. I feel like I'm really behind Cloud on this one. Looks like we're getting into this one. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the last game of this evening. Let's show our support to the transatlantic cousins of North America. Let's make some noise, let's have some hype. Cash to kick things off. TSM versus Cloud9. TSM starting on the T side here. 4 sets of armor. FNS is going to be utility player. He's actually got the smoke, flashbang, and HE grenade. Looks like they'll be committing towards the A side of the map as well. 1 player towards door, 4 in A main. So it's up to Stewie. He's actually alone towards it. It's going to be a retake mentality from Cloud9 to kick things off.
Reverse boost, Slemmy putting Skadoodle up. Good timing. He's got to spot the player that was looking to throw the set nade in toward that A site. The smoke's already gone, so they're already entering, but if he could have picked up that single kill, Skadoodle, they could have wrapped around through A main and really caused confusion and disorganization, but instead, it's sick onto Stewie to start this off. A late first frag, considering Bomb went down with 5 up, full retake for Cloud9, and it's going to be a hard problem to achieve and solve because it's Slemmy that has a kit, but they have to find the kills first just to give them the space as they push SEMPHIS back in behind red. They've got some control toward the forklift, and SEMPHIS goes low, but they're pursuing and they're pushing, and Slemmy's got no armor.
A completely clean round there for TSM, like we say. Cloud9 going for that retake. Doesn't really work out for them. Stewie edges his way towards forklift. They're sick. He's just tucked in the corner, gets that first kill, and the round just unfolds there for Cloud9. They did the counter boost towards middle. Skadoodle going over. Can't find much from it, though. And C9 just left without the manpower to have a full retake there. Does not work out for them whatsoever. So 1-0 in favor of TSM on the T side of Cash here. We'll have a look at the buy coming for Cloud9. It looks like a force. 4 sets of armor, upgraded pistols as well. Skadoodle, of course, he will be on the full eco for that AWP going forward in the first gun round here. The buy for TSM as well is a pretty strong one. They've actually gone for a rifle mentality here. 3 AKs to Khalil and FNS on that MP7. He'll be the reconnaissance man going in first, checking out these close corners there. You can see him just going forward now, but it's automatic. Taking control of middle. No one there from the CTs whatsoever. Actually stacking towards being the squeaky door area on the other side of the map. Hunting for information now as well, pushing Squeaky and getting himself in towards Toxic on the B side.
Interesting thing is where their post puts out behind that squeaky door and the door's closed again. They give up highway control. Normally when you give up highway, you expect to find someone in the A site. So door open gives up what I was about to say. If they had been able to sit in there, they might have thought that it was a stack on the B site, gone for a plant, and there would have been an element of surprise for Cloud9, but nothing goes early. And now it's Slemmy. They've spotted him up in toward the inside of that squeaky position as well, and autimatic going to take down Shroud. Rotation gone. It's going to be Stewie that dies, the last of which to rotate out of that B-top site. Slemmy's really got no hope here.
Yeah. Another clean round. No one dies once again after 2 rounds there. They try to go aggressive towards the B storage and squeaky door as well, but it's a pretty simple A split for TSM. Going towards middle, getting in full control of the map as well. Getting to the A side and just clearing up absolutely everything. The rotating players from City Spawn got wrecked by autimatic there, as you can see. He picks up 3. Nice work by him. and this will be the throwaway rounds. Basically means Cloud9 can't really justify purchasing anything going into this one. Maybe at best a couple of P250s, but that's about it. We go into this one, and they actually haven't got anything. It's going to be P2000s, USPs, and one flashbang. That's it. Stacking towards B though, and that's actually where TSM are going. So maybe they can get a couple of kills out of this. It's very unlikely though.
Skadoodle in the open once this vent gets busted out. He needs to try and get at least a kill, can't do it. Sick takes him down. They've got full entrance onto the site. Watch the left side. They'll find Shroud at headshot. Good lineup by SEMPHIS, but it's nothing that had a chance to try and catch them off on transition. autimatic's having none of that. He takes 2, including Slemmy, and it's down to Stewie. This is going to be 3 rounds into the game, and you know how many kills Cloud9 have if they don't get one right here?
0.
That's an incredible start from TSM and a very slow start from C9.
Yeah, absolutely. Not finding anything in the first 3 rounds there. Just going to be Stewie trying to break the duck for Cloud9 and get just 1 kill, the confidence frag. But doesn't look like I'll be coming in just yet. He's in C spawn of USB, nothing to work with there. Just hoping he can catch someone rotating back as they save their weapon, but I don't think that's like at this point. They seem poised and ready to take him down. It's going to be SEMPHIS on the site. He's watching towards upper as well, but flashbang towards spawn. They want to stick together. There's no real reason to hunt him, of course. It may work out for Stewie, it does not. SEMPHIS is ready for it. Takes him down, and like you said, not a single kill achieved for Cloud9 in the first 3 rounds. But regardless, we go into the first gun round here. We will see the AWP on Skadoodle. That's almost a given at this point. He's got $5,800, so he can get armor as well. There it is. Goes to the body armor and gets a smoke. So we always talk about Skadoodle, obviously a very passive AWP compared to some of the top stars we have in our scene. He likes to go with the mentality of holding the turret. So you go towards the A side, back with B, for example. He won't be the one trying to work those initial frags. I'd say that's a flaw in his game, not having that capability. Let's see what he decides to do this time. Heading towards B by himself. Maybe a little bit more aggressive than usual here as he goes towards checkers.
Sick just firing into that smoke toward mid as well. Shroud is pushed up. Slemmy's on white. They've got nothing there as well. They've got 3 men in that mid position because they have given it quite a passive approach on the pistol and ensuing eco rounds. Skadoodle with AWP tried to find a fast pick out toward Toxic at B, but right now he's still going to stay in that checker position. He's got to be a little bit careful because, again, that's very easy to counter him off. If he misses that first shot on the opening doorway, if they can put a Molotov in and try and catch him transitioning, but right now it is finally going to be the boost. So Shroud inside of this smoke on the left is going to play this off of nothing and gets the information. They overlook him, they don't spot him. SEMPHIS gets blind up, he can't land the angle because of it. Shroud went down. A good entrance from Sick, and he follows that up with 1 extra. But in the end, nothing is still alive behind that sandbag. They know he's there, but they're going to bypass him. They're going to look toward the vents. Nothing. I take that back, actually. Watch, autimatic is still here. And autimatic is just over. He can't see him in that smoke, but a good response from Skadoodle. Early rotation out of B, gives up the site, but it's now him 1 versus 2. And FNS is trying to find the angle. Skadoodle goes back out for more. He's going to repeat this again, gets the information, and Skadoodle pulled it off.
That's crazy. TSM trying to stick together, very indecisive where they wanted to go, whether they wanted to bail out and get towards the vents, deciding to face 1 by 1 in that instance, and it was such good work from Sick as well, that straight up brawl to it towards middle. They came out with the man advantage there, 2 versus 1, and Skadoodle delivers a good for Cloud9, finally gets in their first run on the board here. It's going to be a difficult buy going forward with the CTs regardless. Yeah, somebody said not dropping a single player. They've got tons of cash remaining. They've got SEMPHIS on the AWP this time. C9 reacting with Famis's, a scout, open M4. So scout on Stewie's hand. Let's see what he can do with it. It's going to be a full-on A-side attack here. Not doing a default whatsoever. So this will be a set piece, presumably. Focusing towards that quad area. Seems they have heavy presence towards the squeaky door. And Stewie's defending the scout. I'm not sure I'm a fan of this. Let's see what we can do from the squad area.
And as soon as they walk out, they don't put the smoke down on the quad, but Stewie's going to be overwhelmed. He still has some vision to work with. If he can find some shots to do damage, it would be enough to help his team, but it's going to be Shroud and nothing that do the turn and take down TSM on the way through. FNS still alive, but does get traded out by Slemmy and SEMPHIS. AWP in hands. Given that there was no kills against them in the first 3, they've got 2 players that are going to be able to buy next round regardless. Twist will be able to force in, but if they can keep up this gun, specifically this AWP on SEMPHIS, there's a chance that they can make something out of the next round, but it's a minute that he has to hold it, and they knew he was on the A site. They haven't really committed to the chase, knowing that they themselves don't have a big bank account, but it's still a tall order just to get away and stay safe in this situation.
Yeah, so Stewie, that scout, couldn't find a single kill there, but he actually did more than you think. He was actually in that quad position, staying alive as long as possible. Very good movement and awareness from himself there. Allowed Shroud to pick up 2, and then nothing, and Slemmy coming to clean up there. It was a very simple execution for TSM, the surprise play. Didn't drop a load of smokes and Molotovs before their execution, but it's Cloud9 coming out on top here. SEMPHIS, like he said, trying to save the AWP. Stuck towards the squeaky door, and that's the shot through it. Takes down Stewie. There's a chance to actually damage the economy of the CTs here. At this point, they need to decide whether they go for this kill or keep their money strong. 20 seconds remain. SEMPHIS may fancy this one. At this point, this is going to be staying alive, yeah.
Nothing was actually up on top of Catwalk showing himself to that doorway, but SEMPHIS doesn't go back for it.
I think he's done enough to scare them off. They won't be trying to hunt him down. It is the wall bank. It's ambitious, but...
Do it. Go for the no-scope. Just pop out and fire.
Yeah, he wants it. He wants it.
Not quite.
Well, then, there it is. Cloud9 coming out on top, like I said. It was a difficult buy for them. Scouts, Famasses, but Stewie just taking all the aggro towards that quad area. Finds in the second round here. Like you said, there still is residual cash here for the terrorists. Keeping the AWP certainly helps as well. SEMPHIS able to drop a weapon over. And we go into round number 6. 3 AKs and FNS. He's limited with that Tech 9. They have got smokes available on these kind of lesser buys. You want to see what they all can do at the start of the round, then maybe go into a set piece towards A. We'll see what they decide to do. Haven't been running the default so much here, TSM. Actually, will be committing towards A straight up. We have got one player holding the flanks. That will be Twist on the other side. Another one of the young stars of the team.
Skadoodle again inside of middle, this time with AWP. So as mentioned, they were able to get 3 guns up. They had to leave FNS on to that Tech 9. We'll see where they can try and utilize him to get some early information, perhaps some early aggression. He's the one with bomb right now, though, and he's actually way back toward the big garage as the exchanges go in favor of nothing to inside of the A site. And a smoke out late, but it'll buy them more time and space. It goes deep, though, so SEMPHIS still has an opening on this. A bit of a odd throw and choice from nothing, just to lob that in without much thought to it.
Just repositioning himself, I guess. He's a 5-on-3, wants to get out of that situation. They've won the round at this point. It's up to TSM to find an opening here. They're limited. SEMPHIS, like we said, with the AWP, just don't really have much utility to go in with. FNS, he's playing squeaky door. He could smoke towards quad, but Twist holding the flank. He's not with his team right now. They have got 50 seconds remaining. But at this point, Cloud9 have got everything covered. You can see there's one player towards the back of B. Plenty of time to just call off information and get the rotations coming over at this point. TSM, 40 seconds. Just wondering what the next move is. Needed to have SEMPHIS open things up. He edges towards middle. No one going to be waiting for that. This is a good call from Cloud9. Middle is not a bomb site, right? They've still got a huge man advantage here. They're more than willing to have these crossfires set up towards B. And that's where TSM will be heading.
So Shroud, the only one that's actually inside of this site, needs to be careful of that, because if he goes down, they'll be able to get a bomb plant potentially out of this. Slemmy's just going to rotate toward Heaven now, and Skadoodle's slightly further behind him, so look for efficiency, and Shroud's going to pull off exactly that first kill underneath of Heaven. Slemmy picks up FNS, and SEMPHIS is the last alive. Bomb down toward the mini pit. Although he has this AWP, he's going to run out of time. Now he has to stay alive. He doesn't. Slemmy, they timed that so well. No money going the way of SEMPHIS. That's your AWPer at $150
yeah,
this
that's
round.
Such a good call from Cloud9. And you can see they could have easily got that kill there. Players in vents and coming towards that checkers area as well. Wait that extra 3 seconds, kill him, and anyone's not aware. That does deny you any money on the terrorist side only. Going forward to the next round. So like you said, 150 for SEMPHIS. They've got no choice here but to eco. It's going to be some upgraded pistols, but that's all they really have got. So 3 rounds in a row for Cloud9, looking very strong here. And they've actually upgraded to the double AWP setup as well. Stewie, no slouch with the AWP himself, so we'll see what he can bring to the table here. Round number 7, looking like a B-side of the attack, coming in from TSM. And it's going to be doing contact play, walk in, try and bait out the shot from the AWP, then swarm in. But that's not going to be the case this time. It's double rifle setup.
Slemmy gets the first shot, and then it was up to Shroud to try and reface that, to peek out and get them as they're distracted. It doesn't quite work. They only get 1 kill and lose 2. All of the bombs in the open. Skadoodle has to hit a quick shot, manages to get sick as he jumps back toward it. That brings it back to 3-on-3. But Twist has an AK, SEMPHIS has an M4. Neither have armor, and there's no utility. Watch nothing inside mid, though. He's looking the wrong direction. You didn't see it on camera, but autimatic got a free kill against nothing, and he gets a gun. Twist closes that with through the youngster. That's a big round. I mean, that all starts on a bait and switch play with Slemmy, when they only get 1 kill.
That should have gone in Cloud9's favor. That's the perfect setup for them. They've got 2 rifles there, playing off each other. We see teams like NIP, it's Friesen and Forest. Normally they do that so well. I think they weren't using the flashbangs enough there. They got the call that the terrorists are there, but then just going straight up gun duels there, and they didn't actually get enough in exchange for it. As soon as Shroud went down, they really struggled towards that part of the map, and that's literally a full eco going in favor of TSM there. A couple of P250s, that was it. We go into round number 8, not a double AWP setup for the C9 this time, just a single one, but still a full buy nonetheless. TSM very well equipped as well. Open their hand, it's going to be another A-side of the attack here. Twist holding towards T-Spawn, but nothing. Potentially thinking about getting flashed into A main there. It's quite a fast play, autimatic towards that squeaky door. I'm sure they'll strike any moment now.
There's only 5 flashes left on this C9 side. They used 3 to try and get nothing in for information. He didn't quite get far enough around the corner because the first one was off. Second one was late, and then the third he'd already given up on the idea, but if does slow them a little bit as they try and find these picks. TSM. SEMPHIS is faced right now toward quad with AWP. Has bomb in hand. They find the opening shot from autimatic at the doorway. It's actually nothing trying to shuffle back out from behind the forklift, but Skadoodle with a good response. No smokes down. And although the Molotov's there and Stewie can't get a better position, he does stay alive long enough. He crosses in the sight. They don't spot it with the flash, and he's able to pick up two, including SEMPHIS on the AWP. As Twist, bomb down in the sight, has to pull this back. 1 versus 3 smoke out. He's going to try and spar off directly through it, and Slemmy spots him coming.
Good work from Stewie there, just getting aggressive on the bomb site. They had nothing to work with in terms of the utility. No smoke to incendiary to slow the terrorists down. They're taking this straight up, jeweled with the M4s, and it comes out on top. And Skadoodle seems to be having a good game right now. He's won some key rounds and drops another 2 kills with that AWP going forward. This is the play from Stewie. He pushes around the corner. He's known for his aggressive pushes. And he finds SEMPHIS looking towards CT spawn, takes him down. It's a massive kill to find and helps the rotations come in when the CTs are coming in for the retake there. I think there's another eco here for TSM, but that wasn't a problem before. Cloud9 probably looking to improve on the last round, and they lost this one. Going to be a B play once again. They don't need to be so aggressive. It's going to be 2 rifles once more. Shroud getting ready. Takes a lot of damage here. Flash comes in. Won't be facing this time. And it's going to be at least slowing down the push from TSM. They've got the Deagles towards Toxic and hoping they can rip the head off Shroud as he maybe decides to face it. Flashbang's good from his teammate though.
Smoke covers the angle. autimatic tries to fire through with the Deagle. Just watching the flank is FNS to make sure that they can at least be comfortable, if you want to call it that, considering they don't have weapons in this position.
Yeah. They are smoked out for now, but the lack of flashbang and they didn't have the drop with the surprise playing it in that first kill. Skadoodle set up in CT spawn as well. He should get the first kill here. There it is, takes him down. That's the call to be a B-side attack, and now the players on the site can just mow them down. Shroud gets 2, make it 3, and the 4th as well. Lovely stuff from Shroud.
And Shroud gets 4, but Skadoodle, they had no smoke, and as soon as he hits that first kill, he doesn't get aggressive. He flashes in for the 2 teammates that are on the platform. That enables Shroud to pick up 2 while they're blind, so a really good read. There's that flash that goes in from Skadoodle, and Shroud's job becomes infinitely easier because of that.
Absolutely. He took all the aggro away. And like we said, it's only ever going to work with the pistols when you have that surprise play. You come around the corner, all facing him once you get the first kill, and it puts a lot of pressure on the remaining CT there. That didn't happen there. Good flashes at the start, slowed them right down. And we go into number 10 here. It's really interesting enough, he's on the MP7. Maybe that suggests he's going towards the squeaky door, trying to get that first pick and fall back. He's setting up right now. Going for the smoke towards Amen. That slows down the terrorists at least. Molotov towards the box as well. This is an idea just to flush out any close range players, of course. That weapon becomes a lot more viable at a very close range. No one there for now. And an aggressive towards B storage yet. Slemmy flashing them through, he goes in first. But Twist is all the way in T-spawn. They won't be able to get anything out of this.
Twist tries to fire in. Strafing back and forth, looking for the lucky shot, hoping to catch them off, but Slemmy's got his way up toward that toxic position.
Yeah, it's actually
he's not quite in the James Bardolph position,
not
but
quite
he's close
yet.
enough.
We're going to see it again soon, I can feel it. But this is actually a very interesting spot there. I don't think anyone's becoming pre-aiming out towards Toxic. Now he's got set up there. They can actually leave B open, have a more mid-presence coming in. Cool wave the vents play comes through. And Skadoodle now trying to flash his way in. Molotov goes towards that vent, so actually slows him down. They haven't got access to it just right now. And Skadoodle comes in, finds the first kill towards SEMPHIS as well. 5 and 4.
Slemmy on top of this white box. His feet can actually show from that position if he's not careful. So he's just going to get down. But he's got an off angle to play. Spots autimatic, doesn't land it. They know he's there. It's a 1 versus 2. He needs to pull himself away from this. Quick nade up close is going to do extra damage to try and help him take down Twist, but it doesn't work out. He does get information and buy some time, but FNS had already bypassed him going through the vents with bomb. We're sick inside of the site. If Slemmy had been able to win the duel there and control that B main angle, it might have been all the help that Skadoodle, Shroud, and Stewie would have needed from coming in at tree in heaven. Good pick from nothing to control vents. They still resume duty of that, but FNS and Sick, they have to be found, and they have to be found fast because there's 3 kits, but Cloud9 still don't have the entrance, and they're gonna have to go fast here. Twist shuts down nothing, and now they're even gonna go because Stewie gets 1, but that's all they get out of this. He's down, and it's just Skadoodle. No way he's got a chance. He's just looking to do economic damage. If he can hold them in the site and take them all down, does get 1 shot already on FNS. And Sick had to have exited close. He knows that. Jumps across the box, lands it, and stays alive.
Nice round from TSM there. After losing lower map control at the start, and we thought Skadoodle locked it down with that first pick. They managed to sneak their way towards the vents area, and it was the player in towards Slemmy in towards that toxic area. We thought it looked so strong for him at the start, but he got out. Can't get a single kill. Had he found 1, that'd have been a much different round. He only does a little bit of damage. They lock him down. The HE grenade's not enough to defend himself. And it could be opening here for TSM to get back into this 5-5. Pretty decent half for them so far. We go to round number 11. We have got a buy for Cloud9, but it's not the strongest. Slemmy just in the P250. AWP is out on Skadoodle. A lot of pressure on his shoulders this round. Needs to try and get something rolling. We'll be looking towards mid, it seems. In the connector area, but it's another A-side attack, even though they seem to be favoring. And what a shot that is from SEMPHIS, opening it up, takes down nothing in highway. That signals them to get in towards the A-side here. Sick chiming in as well. 5-on-3, that should be the round over this point. They don't really have much to work with, especially with Slemmy just in the P250. Just have to save their weapons. And it's all down to SEMPHIS, opens up the squeaky door, and it blows nothing out of the water. Very impressive.
Very impressive indeed. As Shroud, Slemmy, and Skadoodle electing to save already. Skadoodle, not only with the AWP, but the armor, a decent amount of utility. Same for Shroud in terms of utility and a kit. Slemmy's the one that could afford to try and do more economic damage, but either way, it's going to be a one-round advantage for TSM. Remember, though, on Cash, we talked about this actually in terms of nuke and round side. It's obviously situational and team dependent, but 9 rounds has actually become more the average on this terrorist side, so this is very much anyone's game early on.
Well, they're definitely in control of the money situation. Luckily for Cloud9, they do manage to save, well, keep 3 players alive. I think Slemmy just had the P250, so 2 rifles saved. But he managed to save armor and an incendiary and a flashbang as well. So that's obviously valuable going forward. We'll have a look at their cash. And I think this is a good time for a pause for Cloud9. They have a big decision to make. Do they force into this one and rely on the AWP of Skadoodle on the M4 or Shroud? It's probably enough on paper to actually win them around, but this is where you need that dynamic orb. You need someone going aggressive. Someone who's getting the first pick. Someone who's willing to take the chance. Skadoodle just isn't that player. Obviously a very talented AWPer, and he can hit lots of impressive shots in the right circumstance, but he's not that kind of guy to have that killer instinct to find the kills himself.
Exactly, and that was one of the criticisms that everyone always gave him. There was a time, and it was during their peak of sort of summer 2015, it's about a year ago now when you think about it, that he was aggressive, but a lot of the times, Sean always said he kind of had to position him. He had to control him and use him as sort of his weapon, like a robot.
That's a perfect way to describe it. Like Sean.
Notice how I put robot on that. I didn't want to just call him a bot because he's still a good player.
Fair enough. He's a very good player. He's a very talented AWPer, but like I pointed out at the beginning of the game, I think that's a slight flaw in his game. I don't think you can class yourself as one of the best AWPers if you don't have that string to your bow. If you don't have that dynamic attitude towards you. Like we said, Sean was influential in getting him those world-class performances because he would tell Skadoodle, especially on maps like Dust 2, okay, you're going short this round, you're going to go face lower B, you're going to go get those kills for me. And we just don't have that. Slemmy's not utilizing him in the same way, which is fine. You don't need to be doing it, but it certainly helps, especially in these rounds. We've got a player like him on the AWP. He needs to be making something happen here. Got to have 3 pistol rounds. Having a look at the buy right now, I'm not sure they're forcing it. They're still deciding. They'll probably take full advantage here of the time we have available. The problem is TSM get this pause as well. They'll probably be trying to chuck something a little bit interesting into the mix. They've been focusing heavily on that A-bomb site. Maybe it's the fast B rush coming in. Hopefully they can just negate Skadoodle completely. We'll see what happens here. I think it'd be a waste for Skadoodle to go straight towards B. I don't think that's the call right now. I think maybe flash him into A main. Let's get that first pick. Reposition him back to B at that point. Try and funnel the terrorist into his crosshair. I
mean, the interesting thing is as well about this, they've only got 2 rounds against them right now in terms of the bonus. Lowest money on the team, 1,900. Highest money, 2,300. They're at exactly that threshold where if they lose this, they get 2,400, they can still buy in the next. If they force and lose it, they go right onto an eco.
Yeah, I think that's the way they're going to go this one. Take the eco, see what they can do. They have the PT-50, the AWP, the M4, limited grenades, but like I said, with that open hand and Shroud, obviously a very skilled player as well mechanically. If he can get himself an opportune moment, maybe he can make this interesting. Round number 12 here, TSM with the advantage. They're going to be aware it's a limited buy for Cloud9. Let's see what they decide to do. Like I said, the pause does have some mind game factors to it. However, TSM will throw something a little bit crazy into the mix, which is yet to be seen. The Skadoodle will go towards B. Nothing aggressive just yet, but nothing is with him. Shroud actually pushing here.
Interesting approach from Cloud9 though to put so much aggression on that B site. They completely leave A open and Sick walks in. He's got bomb in hand. He'll clear out quad first and sprays down Slemmy, but still, again, hasn't gone for that plant just yet until the smoke comes out. They'll hold off toward Truck, but Stewie, they don't even look for him. He gets inside of the smoke. He's got an AK bomb down in front of him. He's buying time and space. And remember, they still have an M4 and an AWP, but a nice play from FNS as he gets flashed back around the corner and the bomb's recovered. Smoke out in front of SEMPHIS. He won't have the vision to fire the shot just yet, but Skadoodle can really not do anything. They don't have the Molotov, at least on him, to try and deny that default plant. Shroud does have one, but he's not in the right position. And a man down, 1 kit. They need a pick almost immediately to make this work, and it's going to go the other way instead as nothing falls. Skadoodle hits it, but he's already fading back.
Yeah, I don't think they fancy this point. These are the guns they saved. They want to take this in the next round. It did get slightly interesting there. We saw Stewie once again taking that moment to get the bomb down. That was sloppy from TSM. They're planting the open. They've got manpower on the side. Why is no one there backing him up? They managed to recover. They only dropped 2 in the end, and not really much Cloud9 can do with it. They went for the B play. Like I said, they actually went pretty all in there. Skadoodle and Shroud both towards the B storage area. It went a little bit aggressive, but the thing is, as soon as TSM heard gunshots there, that's where the saved weapons are. Get towards the A side as quickly as you can at this point. That was the signal for them just to move into the A side. It works perfectly. They get into sight. Stewie does throw a spanner in the works, but ultimately it's a pretty simple round for TSM there. Good news for Cloud9 is, like you said, they're saving the money for this one, keeping 2 weapons alive. That only boosts their chances as they go into round number 13. We've got some TSM fans here.
Yeah, we do.
I thought it'd be Cloud9. They seem to have a lot of jerseys here in the audience.
The jerseys are pretty sick for Cloud9, to be fair.
They are cool.
I would buy one too, but I'm frugal. We all know that. So Skadoodle goes right back to action with that AWP again. They've brought up guns this time because, well, they can afford to. Pretty simple solution. But it's a fast play toward B, and Skadoodle's not able to hit that first shot. They've already taken down Slemmy. As he falls back away, he does spawn it second time. So 2 now for him on the counter entry. A third, Skadoodle staying alive inside of his checker room. You would have thought they would have pinched him once Slemmy was lost inside of the site, that you'd wrap around, but that second shot onto Sick, it just buys him the space required, and SEMPHIS tries desperately to go for the close shot, and Skadoodle wins that as well. 4
kills for Skadoodle there. You can see he was up against it. The problem is with TSM, they expended all their Molotovs towards that checker position, covering off both exits, so it means they couldn't actually get in and pincer him. They had to keep going in one by one. He's hitting absolutely every shot. We said he's an incredibly talented player, and you give him those kind of scenarios, he's going to hit the shots. And he manages to bring round number 6 in favor of Cloud9 here. TSM do have a buy available, no SEMPHIS AWP. Cloud9 closing the gap. It's currently 7-6 here. As we get to the dying sectors of the first half here. Looks like Sick had a decent swarm. He's flashing himself straight through. Great get right style here. Decides against it. Shroud with the grenade in.
Shroud's waiting for the moment. He's trying to play an unorthodox position because Sick last time did exactly that. Walked through the smoke, immediately checked to the left, and caught Shroud unaware. So he kind of reverses that play and uses his own information against him, but autimatic has since compensated. And it's now a man advantage for TSM. They get middle. Slemmy's got to retreat, but Stewie sticks with the AWP. It leaves him vulnerable. And autimatic, through the edge of the box, nearly goes down trying to put out the smoke. And now how aggressive does he feel like being, because they look away and he catches them off. A good play, autimatic. And he picks up 2 more. That's 4 in the round. It's all on to Skadoodle. And he's at truck with AWP. Smoke in front of him. Bomb down. Does take FNS in a very close shot, but Mix6 is bugging out and going home.
autimatic looking for the ace here. What a play by him. Aggressive towards middle. He's hitting absolutely everything. Skadoodle burns a little bit there. With the fire at his feet beneath the truck, but at this point, obviously, just trying to save. They're going to be aware of his position. He had opportunity to get all the way back to B. Still is going to be the case, but he is aware that they may be hunting him at this point, so just trying to stay alive.
autimatic very much wants this ace.
Yeah, why not? He deserves it. That was a really nice play from him. TSM with the 5 AKs. Aggressive towards mid. Start off with Sick with that flashbang towards middle, and then autimatic boosted up with some incredible. And I've just got a stat through, Matt.
Did you?
This would be autimatic's 9th ace of the ECS season.
If he picked that up.
If he'd have got that, yeah, if he had got that.
That's actually insane when you think about it. I hate to use that word because Reddit loves it far too much, but that is pretty impressive.
Well,
19 aces in 1 season. What is that?
What even is that?
How many games did he play? That's like 2, almost 3 a game.
Apparently so. Well then, we go into round number 15 here. TSM with some impressive results there towards middle. autimatic is hitting absolutely everything there. Very, very controlled stuff. Skadoodle now, he'll be the only player towards middle. There is a boost coming in, and they actually get some mid control as well. He misses the first shot. Has to fall back at this point. It's very difficult to actually reface in these scenarios, but let's see what he decides to do. FNS going towards highway.
Again, they're going to get control of it, TSM. autimatic going to squeaky with bomb. It's going to be SEMPHIS that tries to take over A main, and as Stewie's looking this direction, he's late to forklift. So as FNS walks around the corner, it's an easy pickup, and Twist is the one to catch the transitioning Stewie as he walks back towards FNS, who's now at truck as well. So we can cover off these rotations. Smart smoke finds more space. Molotov goes beside that, and with the bomb down again for TSM.
that's poor play from Skadoodle at that point. He needs to be giving information to his teammates. A high rate of possibility. That's walking up and killing people in the back. What is that? Skadoodle leave middle open. Skadoodle needs to reposition himself. Maybe he needs to get towards the quad position. Don't allow him to walk up like that. That's shocking. But he still has a chance. He's making up for it now. Hits the headshot on automatic. 3-on-3 retake last round. Has to go for it, but Sick answers back.
Does indeed. 2 kills for him. Skadoodle in the site. They want this. They have to. It's round 15. Want to make this an 8-7 scoreline, and Skadoodle helps them do so by getting 6. Shroud's got FNS, but they got to get on this right away. It was already too late. It's already done. And SEMPHIS, well, just for style, he'll close it out, but it is going to be 9-6 regardless for TSM. And where that leaves us, well, pretty much right on par for Cash.
Yeah, I think 9-6 seems to be... This map's evolving. It was like Inferno towards the end of it. It was getting really interesting when Inferno was removed. We had some really great dynamic T stuff that could actually be presented here. And a lot of teams were actually winning the T sides here. That's the case on Cash as well. And like I said, that last round was good. He had a great half there, but that last round, he'll be thinking about how his teammates are unaware the highways of possibility when he's been swarmed like that and taken away from the connector. There we go, then the pistol comes in. TSM now switch over to the CT side, but have a look at their buy. It's going to be 5 sets of armor for them. On the other side of the server, 3 sets of armor for Cloud9. They've actually got 2 utility players. One's with a Molotov as well. That's Skadoodle, so more of a tactical approach here. Won't just be going straight in it, or will they? It's actually TSM pushing B storage. An equal exchange so far. Twist in a difficult position. Can he get anything more out of this? It's actually SEMPHIS coming to life on the other side. He finds 2, both headshots as well. That should be the round locked down at this point. Shroud and Skadoodle remain.
And this is the problem, because if they can get to 12-6 CT side, that is just enough if they can maintain economy to push it over. So Cloud9, down 2 men, need to work together, both Shroud and Skadoodle, to pull this back. They've got bombs still in their possession. Have to note, because they don't have to retreat, they don't have to fall back, they don't have to fight just to get that. They've got one part done. Smoke out. Sick needs to go through this to get back toward Twist, who's already found Skadoodle, but Shroud responds with 1. It doesn't matter. Twist is there. And he'll hold it quite convincingly. 3 kills for him total in the round.
Yeah, nice work from TSM though. We saw the fast B split coming in from Cloud9 there, but SEMPHIS, he's the one shutting them down. You can see this is Shroud and Slemmy trying to do what they can here, but they get absolutely wrecked there by the silence USP. The range is taking advantage of them, and the aggressive play towards B storage as well. That's a dream setup for TSM, and they take the pistol here. And we go into the second round. It is going to be a force from Cloud9. That's pretty par for the course at this point. You don't get the bomb down, you're always forcing into the second, but you can see it's actually a very strong buy from TSM here. 3 rifles, my apologies, and 2 SMGs. It's UMP on automatic, which in some instances does operate like a rifle. They're going aggressive, they're trying to find the first kill. That's UMP going to life, and it's significant at the first kill. But that's all they can get. Automatic taking a ton of damage there. He's just relying on his teammate to try and keep him alive at this point. It looks like they will be successful. Mid-play coming in towards highway, but SEMPHIS takes down 1. Sick chimes in as well. That's the round over. Only Slemmy survives, and he'll be coming out of A main with nothing but a prayer.
Good push through, and Sick plays that very well. Again, you said automatically took all the damage, but also took the aggro in some respect. So Cloud9, 1 more to wait. No bomb plant down on either of these opening rounds means not much money to really build into, so can't even afford to really bring out pistols. They'll bring out just 2 P250, Slemmy and Stewie. And then, of course, Shroud makes a liar out of me and brings 1 extra up, but Skadoodle's going to stick with 3,100. He's not going to buy anything right now. He can't afford to. They want to get that AWP in play as fast as possible. FNS still on the SMG. We'll see if he gets aggressive with it. He's actually going to sit inside of the site right now and let them walk a little bit closer. So Twist is basically going to be the only one aggressive on the B side of the map, and then they pretty much have to commit before FNS's SMG is really going to commit to the fold.
This will be the full A executing time, and the objective is just get the bomb down. It's very unlikely they can win this round at all, but let's see what they can do. Smokes towards upper, all over their side as well. Try and force their way in. Maybe a bit of a cheeky plant to the left-hand side of the red container. I didn't see how the smokes landed, but let's see what they decide to do. But Sick, he seems ready for this. He'll almost certainly get this first kill. I'm waiting for the reaction grenades to come in, but there it is. Sick in such a strong position to it. The forklift is not going to be a problem, as they just don't have the weaponry to take him down. He gets a second kill and drops the bomb as well.
And he's done so much damage onto the third member. Good awareness, turns back, spots out, nothing coming around. Sick gets 4, automatic picks up the extra, and there it is. There's a 12-6. So now Cloud9 comes into this again. Skadoodle 5,500 as he's saved from 31. He'll bring out the AWP, but won't have much to work with it in terms of utility.
There's the smoke execution. The idea, like I said, just to get the bomb down, but they were apprehensive about going into that one. They wanted to see whether there would be a reaction. Some incendiaries drop HEs, but this didn't happen. TSM is ready with the guns out. They know all they have to kill is unarmored players with pistols. Don't need to go all in with the grenades. Don't risk anything. And it's a perfect round there. TSM now 12-6. We're going to the first gun round. It's limited for Cloud on it. Actually, those grenades cost them. You can see 2 Galils going into the first one. Twist spots players towards B storage. That's going to be 3 of them there. And they have managed to get control of B storage. There's still a lot of work to do here. Look how little grenades the terrorists have at this point. They have 1 flashbang remaining, Matt. It was 1 minute 25. That's insane.
And a decoy, Henry.
Yeah.
Let's
and
not
it's,
forget about the
sorry.
decoy.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Decoys are people too.
It's true. I'm always like that.
Twist, close angle at headshot with the AWP. As you mentioned, there's 3 into B main. They went for the boost inside of A automatic. They didn't go run boost, went straight up with Sick, putting him there, but no one inside A main. To spot that, no one to spray in or counter it. We mentioned it, yes, although the action is over toward B right now, just in case they rotate back and don't get that information, it could play an effect. Nice nade in, good damage on Skadoodle and nothing. And they are going to go with utility because they don't have any, like you mentioned. They've got to find a pick, which means you'd expect Skadoodle to try and clear out heaven while the rifles wrap around the corner. But they're putting Skadoodle all the way forward on this. And Twist hasn't moved, he hasn't had to. Gets the first shot, resets, can't find the second, but they're going to continue forward, and he's going to watch the wrap instead from Checker to make sure they can't advance. Good smoke out from Cloud9 will take that vision away. But it doesn't matter what vision they take away because the lives are being taken in return from TSM, and all 5 stay alive once more.
Unfortunately for Cloud9 in that second round, when they, the third round when they went for those smokes and upgraded pistols there, that was a poor call from them. They hadn't got a bomb at that point. They go into the first gun and they're very limited. They get Galils, they have no flashbangs, no smoke, so just facing 1 by 1. Twist is hitting the easy shots here. And we go into round number 20. This is surely a full eco at this point, and Cloud9 are struggling against TSM. We weren't sure what they're going to bring on the other maps. Like I said, we've only seen them play Cobble so far in this tournament. 13-6 and a full eco for Cloud9. Just Stewie with Tech 9 and body armor. They have got a couple of flashbangs, no smokes once again to work with there. SEMPHIS towards middle, it will be a boost. To try and take over middle. The problem is even when they get mid, what's the next move from there? Where do you even go with this? Mid's fine, but this is how you should adjust. SEMPHIS should be relocating himself now. We didn't see this from Skadoodle before. They're actually pushing in towards spawn though, so interesting idea.
SEMPHIS has to read on it. He's already at truck. Good dink up from nothing to push him back, allows Stewie around the corner, but he's already down to 12 HP. Nothing's lost. FNS, Twist, well, bomb drops. Well done. Twist has played excellent again this game, so the youngster really showing off his skill. He's only about the middle of the leaderboard. It's Sick that leads the way on 20, but
it's kind of nuts. He's 16 years old.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's
unbelievable. That's how old I was when I first started playing CS, and he's actually leading the charge of a TSM with fantastic performance. It's going to be 14-6 now. It was another pretty poor buy there from C9. Didn't have much to work with. And that's what I'm talking about, that repositioning. Once the AWP gets stifled like that and he has to get pushed back, he needs to reposition. That's exactly what SEMPHIS did. He gets back towards CD spawn. He kind of sensed that the connector push may be a possibility there. That's what we lacked from Skadoodle in that key round. But we go into the next one, Stewie. A chance kill through the smoke. He does take an FNS. Gifted it almost. There's now a 5-on-4. What's the reaction for the CTs? It catches them on a map like Dust 2. We need to be pushing, getting real estate back when you're up against the ropes.
Stewie back behind that smoke. Skadoodle to find the next pick, but he's going to go for a boost here to slow this down again against TSM, and they're spread so thin right now that SEMPHIS is going to go hunting for information, push the B tunnels, because they need something to go off of right now. They need some confidence that they can get the other 2 players together, and a missed shot at the boost, and SEMPHIS already rotating off this. He's confident enough they're not in B tunnels. They're going to rotate to A, and it's the right call, but Cloud9's not fully committed just yet either.
Yeah, they had the shot from SEMPHIS towards B towards that AWP. They're going to react nice and quick here. Use the man advantage. They know at least 1 player towards B. He's up to autimatic now. Can he do anything about this as they make their way to the A-bomb site?
Automatic's waiting, biding time. 6 here as well to take the aggro, but he isn't going to go on that. That might have been an opportunity. It's only 1 as they jump across. So a smart jump from Stewie means that there's such a relocation of the crosshair that Shroud's quickly able to take automatic down as he cannot react that fast. It's SEMPHIS. 1 versus 4, finally Cloud9. First round of the second half, they're gonna get something out of this.
They get something. Those initial kills towards middle gave them the opportunity to have the man advantage. Like I said, we wanted to see the reaction with TSM there. It's SEMPHIS who pushes into the B storage area, and had he landed a kill on Skadoodle who was waiting for him, that could have been a window of opportunity. Unfortunately, both missed a shot, and that's the signal for Cloud9 to get into that A-bomb, so they capitalize. And TSM can't hold on, but they still have plenty of cash. They're adjusting to a double AWP setup this time, so autimatic going to be helping out. Twisted seems actually interesting enough. SEMPHIS with no AWP, which is quite a weird turn of events, but you know, let's see what happens when they've got good, decent spawns.
Well, Twist had the fast spawn to B. Skadoodle's there, but not fully peeking it right now. Shroud out at Squeaky is waiting to see if anyone's going to push through. Automatic chooses not to. That was with the second AWP. It did take a first peek. As you can see, the doors open inwardly, but he didn't go much beyond that. Shroud's still considering the possibility that he might have, and he's just going to hold station. So a slower pace in this round.
Yeah, well, at this point, it's TSM just holding tight as the full-on default comes in for Cloud9 here. They're going to be spending one of their incendiaries towards the boost position, just trying to run the clock down at this stage. Nothing will be boosted up at the looks of things. Still a couple of smokes available for the terrorists here, trying to get some mid control, but SEMPHIS waiting for them. Like I said, no AWP this time, just the M4. Wants to get one kill and fall back. First exchange comes in, nothing firing off shots towards connector through that smoke. Flash comes over from SEMPHIS, but he's going to opt to fall out of it. I think that's the right decision this way. He knows the terrorists have control of middle. He's not going to win those duels by himself. Needs someone to be working with him, but this is a good adjustment now. Now the AWP can look towards highway. They know that things have gone wrong towards middle. That's absolutely fine. Automatic, like I said, quad, watching highway. This is the really strong setup. Doesn't matter if you lose middle too much.
Good pick up again by Sick. SEMPHIS as well into Stewie. You mentioned it, not on the AWP this round. FNS up close though, Skadoodle's going to wrap around. It's going to be so close indeed, but he nearly spots that shot toward quad. Now it's all on Shroud. He drops as well. Good positioning again for TSM, and they've got map points on map 1 of the best of 3.
Yeah, just good mid-round decisions there from TSM. Like I said, SEMPHIS had the opportunity to try and get one kill there, try and push his team over the edge, but he decided, you know what, I'm going to slow them down. Incendiary, smoke grenade, flash over, I'll fall back, we can readjust the setup. The AWP's looking towards highway, that's automatic. He hits the first shot, the execution comes in, they're just ready for it. They've got 3 players there as well, very confident in their ability, and they hit everything. 15-7 is a difficult buy for Cloud9, no AWP whatsoever. Stewie's just on a tech 9, it's 4 AKs to accompany him. Looks like potentially a fast mid-play here. They use that fallen smoke to extinguish the initial incendiary from the CTs and going for a fast mid-play here. It smokes towards the connector, and it's Stewie with the first altercation. Can't do anything with it though. SEMPHIS is sick at the first 2 frags. Slemmy doing what he can as he takes down SEMPHIS.
Quick flash out to find an opening potentially at that white box. No one there though. They have already pushed TSM back, but man down and Shroud desperate to find something at Squeaky. Sick. He's going to go on this, gets inside of that Molotov, has to get away from it, just barely does 9 HP.
Wow, that could have been an interesting kill there, but it's a 4-on-2 now. Cloud9, obviously, it's map point, need to try and do something with this.
That splash is so well timed because he was isolated due to that Molotov. They flash him out, completely blind up Skadoodle. It would have taken 1 bullet, but now 6 back in the site. And the question is, how aware is Skadoodle of that? He has no information on it. He has to just anticipate it as Slemmy. He's going to let him go to work right now. Out toward middle. And still a chance to pinch onto this with automatic at truck. And no smoke though when they do transition toward planting the bomb. He's got perfect lineup against it. And Sick doesn't even look toward this yet, but there's FNS. He's going to bail him out. It is Skadoodle, last alive. Automatic win it with the AWP, and TSM take map 1. We go to training next.
Very comfortable second half of the TSM. I'm actually very impressed. Like I said, we haven't seen him when they have a map up from Cobble, but it turns out Cash is pretty strong as well. That's actually Cloud9's pick, so interesting scenes. 16-7, a commanding victory there. I think Cloud9 only picked up 1 round in the second half. Very good procedure with the AWP. It's SEMPHIS controlling those calls, and he's making sure his teammates are reacting perfectly to every situation. Even though they're dropping frags, they're readjusting themselves, and it's impressive to see. Cloud9 never really showed up. Stewie and nothing. The players we expect to be lighting up the scoreboard here. Slemmy as well. They're only having about 7 frags each. No one really stepping up.
Yeah.
Skadoodle had some moments of glory. 19 kills with him.
Yeah, absolutely, but I mean, this continues to be an impressive run for TSM. SEMPHIS against his old team, but it's the battle of the youngsters. Automatic and Sick, Twist as well, all contributing. It's so good to see.
Well then, ladies and gentlemen, I feel like this one's got a few more twists and turns. Yeah, it's a great start for TSM. We move on to train next, but don't go anywhere. We're going to take a quick break, so come back soon.